The Accsoon SeeMo is a weird and unique product that's recently come to the market. You've probably seen it all over YouTube as a use your iPhone as a camera monitor and every other post like that. But I'm here to tell you today that I have an Accsoon SeeMo and I definitely do not use it for turning my iPhone into an on-camera monitor. That's kind of weird, and I still need my iPhone when on set for a multiple of different things, so I can't see myself ever using it as it's originally intended. However, I do own one, and I love it. And you probably don't need one, well, unless you do need one. And I'll tell you why you would need one a little later on in the video. Today, I'm going to show you two unique ways that I use the Accsoon SeeMo in my workflow, and how it might not be exactly how they advertise it's for, but it's still an incredible product to up your videography game and up your overall client experience. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you are brand new to the channel, because, well, I'm still kind of brand new to posting on YouTube. I've been running a videography business for the last 7 years, and I've finally sat down to start creating knowledgeable content for YouTube. Everything from specific gear that I love or that I hate, to business plans and how to be a successful videographer. We have a channel goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and I'm excited to say we're a little over halfway there. So click that subscribe button. I'll be sure you won't regret it. And if you do regret it, well, I'll give you your money back. First up, and this is exactly why I originally purchased the product, it is an incredibly easy solution to a wireless director's monitor. In the spring, we had several larger projects where I knew the client would be on site, and I knew that the client would want to see the shot that was happening. So the setup with the iPad in a cage paired with the SeeMo and a wireless HDMI transmitter was exactly the move to get a decent wireless director's monitor over to the client. Knowing just how smooth those projects went, and knowing just how much the client loved being able to see the scenes as they were being shot, I'd even go as far to say if your client is on set, you have to have a director's monitor. And the SeeMo is a great, cheap way to go about getting that together. Thankfully, I already had an iPad and I already owned a wireless HDMI system, so the additional charge of the Power Cage 2 for the iPad and the Accsoon SeeMo gave us a grand total of $240 for a wireless 10-inch display for the client. It really worked out perfectly. The iPad cage is something additional that you definitely don't need, but it does help with being able to mount the iPad to a tripod, having wireless receivers and the SeeMo all connected to a seamless device. Looking back at these two projects from last spring, our clients were so impressed, and this Accsoon SeeMo helped so much with the creative vision on set, as well as elevating our overall client experience. The way I see it is if you already have an iPad and are needing a director's monitor, this is a phenomenal reason to go and grab an Accsoon SeeMo, because turning your iPad into a director's monitor is easy with this product. If you don't already have an iPad and need a director's monitor, there might be some cheaper, better options out there instead of buying an iPad plus a SeeMo plus a wireless receiver, but the joy of the iPad is it can be used for multiple scenarios, whereas a dedicated director's monitor almost can only be used as a dedicated director's monitor. Secondly, and this is probably my most used option, I use the Accsoon SeeMo as a wired monitor for my desk when I'm filming these YouTube videos right here. It's right here off to the side of the camera, and it's showing me my exposure and framing and all the good stuff. No fancy schmancy stuff with this setup. It's just the SeeMo on the desk plugged into the USB-C on the iPad, and the iPad is just on this magnetic stand that I got from Amazon. Ideally, in a perfect world, I would want to get a dedicated power cable for this, something like a Sony NP to AC adapter, since having the Sony NP battery doesn't exactly make sense in this desktop case, but it works for now. Now, why not use Monitor Plus? Now, I've talked before on this channel about using the iPad as a wireless monitor with the Monitor Plus app, and you could probably argue that the Monitor Plus app would work for both the director's monitor and the monitor on the desk like this, right? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be used for. But honestly, the app is finicky for a day-to-day setup and definitely not something I'd trust to stay connected when working with a client on set. The Monitor Plus app is good for the oh no type of moment or like a less professional setup. But as far as the day-to-day use case of having a director's monitor for the client, the SeeMo is far more reliable, and the dedicated wired connection works every time. The wireless functionality on Sony cameras especially is just so finicky, and sometimes it's easy to set up and work, and sometimes it's in and out, and sometimes it takes forever to connect. It's just kind of all over the place. So that's why I would rather prefer this option than using the Monitor Plus app. Now, I love this product, and I find myself using it more and more these days, but definitely understand that I don't use this product for all it could be used for. When you see it advertised as using your iPhone as an on-camera monitor with the SeeMo, I get it, but it doesn't quite do it for me. I just see mounting my iPhone to the top of the camera with an additional piece and a big battery, all to just have a monitor, doesn't exactly make any sense for my workflow. I see this as more of a useful tool for the iPad and a useful tool to make your clients happy, rather than a way for you to get your camera's image onto a monitor for your camera operator. Honestly though, that's how you should be looking at every piece of gear that you own. Look more at the gear to answer the question, how does this solve my current problem, rather than can I make this a part of my workflow? If you do that for every gear purchase you make, you'll be a lot more satisfied with it. Alright, well, that's all I have for you today. Keep in mind, we are on a mission here to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and we're somewhat close to our goal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.